China is for China. China is not for Africa. How can an African be a foreigner in an African country? To gain mentality, we need to let go of the influence of the West, who were still colonized under white supremacists.
Alright. Welcome to FKU Africa Podcast. This is your host, Maneza F8. I want to welcome you all to the new year. I hope you all have been enjoying the festive season. You all did travel, hope so, to your families. As you know, many of us as Africans, we don't have the liberty of working close to the families because some of us we are staying in the rural areas. So if you some of people like me who stays in an urban area where I work, and we have your family, your grannies, your uncles, your aunties who are in the rural areas, and you had a chance to go and see them, and you took that chance. I'd say I'm happy that you did, and I hope you were safe during this COVID-19 time. I hope you didn't go there and make them sick, and you find yourself putting them, your family in harm's way. I hope we were all responsible during this festive season. There were no parties that you were holding. I hope there were no huge gatherings. I hope you were all safe. So yeah, so me, I went to Eastern Cape in a place called Tomo, in where I was born, where my father was born, where his father was born, and his father's father was born. So I'm fortunate to know where I'm from. I'm fortunate to know my forefathers' graves, some of them houses, or where the houses used to be, through stories from my grandfathers, taking me there where they used to play as kids and stuff. This kind of heritage, that kind of culture, it plays a big part in you as a human being. It plays a big part in your growth. Knowing where you're from, it's easy to navigate where you should be going. So yeah, I know the skills that they had. Some of the skills that I'm still having now. I know this grandfather was good in this. That one was good in that. So they could tell me that I see that you are improving in this. You're taking after such and such. So yeah, it's great that we as Africans got that kind of history, that kind of heritage that we can adapt from and make sure that we improve and we do things the way that they used to do, even if now technologies come, stuff like that, they came and changed our lives. So it's now time to adjust, but still stick to the roots, stick to what you know, stick to what your forefathers knew. They will help you. So yeah, today I don't have a topic really. I'm just gonna be introducing the topics that we're gonna be talking about this year. In this year, we're gonna turn up the volume. We're gonna be talking a lot about improving the lives of Africans. We're gonna be talking about healthy eating, alkaline diets, herbs that you can go and get in the bushes, herbs that you can buy through people that I know that are certified, that won't cause you any harm, that will heal you and cleanse your body, herbs that will work in if you are a man and your baby is not doing the work, You can get the nice herbs that will get your baby into work and you start working again. So yeah, man, we about now to uplift black people, Africans. We about now to unite us and have much anticipated conversations. I already have a few interviews coming up that I'm going to be conducting. Some going to be virtual, some are going to be in person if the COVID-19 permits. So yeah, we about to have a really long, nice year. FKU Africa podcast is now gonna be more about uniting Africans, making sure that we know the value of unity. Because us as Africans, we hate each other so much. We don't even want to be associated with being black because we've been oppressed and suppressed and enslaved so much that we lost the identity of being black. We lost the value that comes with being black. Not understanding that being black is it's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. Why? Because we are black. Your melanin is strong. Because you are black, your skin is strong. You can withstand the sun. You don't need lotions to stand in the sun, to sit in the sun. You can withstand the sun. We can withstand illnesses. We can withstand the test of time when it comes to viruses that are man-made. Some of the viruses were made for us, but what we do, we outstand them. We outstand them. Our bodies adapt very easy to the diseases and get rid of them. That is what means to being black. That's what you need to embrace as being black. The next thing is we are intelligent. We adapt too easy. We have too much ideas. This is why as black people we make so much good music. And most of the music is coming from the black people from here in Africa. Music is coming from the black people. We got the rhythm. Music is not coming from the black Americans or African Americans. Those African Americans are coming from Africa. They took music from Africa and go and use it as a way of surviving the slavery and integrate it into business. As an African, you need to be proud of you as an African. You don't need to be looking like a white person to have value. The value is within you, but the society that we are in. Being an African is a gift. It's a gift that we need to embrace. We really need to embrace that kind of a gift it is to being an African. I remember growing up. When I was growing up, I had to go and stay in the Eastern Cape with my grandmother. So at that time, we had to look after goats and also look after cows. That's not an easy task, especially when coming from urban areas, coming from the ghettos, coming from the cities. So when you have to do that kind of a task, it requires a lot of patience because a lot of time you're gonna stay in the outskirts, the forest or the plantation, just sitting there monitoring where the cows are and making sure that they don't go as any places that they shouldn't go in someone's plantation, in deep in the forest or across the Kai River to a white man's farm. So that was the task. Those kind of things teaches you patience. At a very young age, it teaches you responsibility. It teaches you accountability as well, because if one of the cows is missing, now it means that you need to go and find it overnight. You don't have a place to sleep, you don't have food to eat. You're not gonna go into the house without that missing cow. And that teaches you accountability. Some of you would think that was an abuse, but it's not. You are the one that is responsible for those cows. If you were precise in your work guarding those cows, one of those cows wouldn't be missing. So now that's your job to go and find it. You won't be able to come into the house without finding that cow. And it also, guarding those cows means that you protect the cows from thieves that will go around stealing cows or goats. So it teaches you a lot about interacting with people, because now when you're looking for that cow, you must go and interact with people, ask around. No one saw it. If this one says saw it going this way, validate first if this guy is talking about the right cow. You know the cow's features. You know every cow's features. The cow looks like this. It builds like this. There's this kind of color and all this kind of stuff. So it teaches you a lot. There's a lot that you get from that kind of life. So we plant, we eat from the ground, nature. That's how your bones getting strong. You train every time, but chasing after the cows. The cows are babies. They are very troubling. The cows, 20 cows will go this way, and all of a sudden the baby cow will be running the other way around with full speed. Now you have to run. You run every time. You run like every time. You stay fit. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need any of that. You stay fit, because that's how it is being a black person. It prepares you for life. It prepared me for life, for the life that I'm living now. This is why I'm so much accountable, reasonable, responsible. Everywhere I work, no one will complain about me being not responsible, not being on time. So all in all, what I'm saying is, being an African is really a privilege. You should take it as a privilege. I see these girls who would bleach themselves. I see these girls who feel like speaking in English makes them more whiter, more close to being white, or more superior than the other ladies that do not speak in English. They speak in their indigenous languages. Like for us in South Africa, there is Xhosa, there is Sotho, Zulu, Venda, Tsonga, Ndebele, Swati, and all those languages. There are people that if you are speaking in those languages in a company of white people or colored people, you have been treated as or being seen as you are stupid or you are not intelligent enough. But the upside of that is that white people wouldn't even make the effort of learning African languages, and I do not blame them, because we as Africans are so willing. We will go out of our way to go and learn their languages, which is English, some of African countries, which is Portuguese, French, Spanish, and all these languages. We go out of our way to go and learn these languages as Africans, but not even one African, not even one European will come to Europe and make sure that they learn. They come from Europe and come and seek a citizenship here and start learning our languages. No, only those white people that grew up and in the Eastern Cape or in the KZN, in the Free State, that they grew up around black people that will understand, or some of them would speak in those indigenous languages. But for us, speaking in English make you seem like you are superior. You will even laugh at your own brother by misspelling the English word or mispronouncing an English word. You will start laughing and think that it's fun. It's not. English is not your language. You should be correcting people on how to speak in English. You should correct people on how not to mess up your indigenous language. That's where you should be correcting people, because sooner or later we will be losing our own languages. When you lose your language, that's where you lose your identity. That's when you lose your sense of who you are as a person. You should not be celebrating English. You should be celebrating your own language, because your kids won't be able to know your language, and their kids will be lost. If you don't know your language, you won't know how to do your tradition. You won't know how to make a process, the procedure of slaughtering a cow, slaughtering a goat, to heal your kids, to heal yourself, to heal your home. You won't know how to do that if you don't know your language, because all those things are connected to your language, are connected to your ancestors. How will you speak to your ancestors in English? How will they understand you? How will you phahla? How will you nqula your own izinyanya zakho in English? How will they understand you? How will they provide guidance and provide health and happiness if you mislead yourself by doing or by taking on other people's religion? How will that happen? How will that help you? So without speaking too much, the episode won't be that long. Hope you learn a lot. We as Africans, we need to build ourselves. We need to look into who we are and embrace us as Africans. We need to make sure that we take on the duty that is ahead of us as Africans, the duty of taking ownership of who we are as Africans. So, without wasting any time, I hope you did subscribe, because there's a lot of content that is coming in, a lot of interviews, great interviews. I'm going to be speaking a lot of different people from different side of things in Africa, not only Pan-Africans. I'm going to be speaking to actresses, actors, musicians, and all the kind of people. Just a guy, I'll take a guy in the street and start speaking with him, because there's a knowledge that needs to be shared about us as Africans and how to live and embrace being an African. Without wasting any time, I thank you. Fikiria kwa undani. Asante ndugu.